Okay, so let's jump into HTML. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go through this incredibly basic site. This is about as basic as it comes, which again is from w3schools.com, who has a nice overview of everything and is a very good resource that programmers or web developers use a lot. So the first thing we have here, why don't we just remake this from scratch? This is what we're going to have when we open our HTML document. I'll even save it. All right. So we opened our HTML document that we created, our index.html. And the reason it's called index.html is because the standard name for what the web should send, or what your website should send to you when you request the website, the standard name for that file is index.html. So when you make a new website, that has to be the first thing, that has to start your website. That's your landing page. And landing page means the first page that loads when you go to, say, www.example.com. So at www.example.com, there is a file called index.html. And when you open www.example.com, whatever web server that is on serves up their index.html file. And that index.html file usually does not have all of the website contained within it. And if it does, bravo to you / shame on you, and I'll explain all that later. But usually that file is responsible for pulling in all the rest of the files that are needed for the website, which sometimes can be upwards of 5,000 files. I mean, something like CNN's website or New York Times, they probably have millions and millions of files on their website. One for every article they ever wrote. Maybe even multiple pages for every article they ever wrote. So we have our index.html file, and that's the first thing that everyone's going to see. So let's begin making it. So we have it open in our Notepad++. First thing we need is this Doctype Declaration. Historically, this was a lot longer. The most current version of HTML, which is called HTML5, it's kind of a buzzword these days and has been for years now. This is telling your computer when you get this website that the following is HTML. That this document's type is HTML. Pretty self-explanatory. You always want to have that. You never want to have anything else if you have an HTML document as the first line. So that starts our document.